Hey, thanks for joining me today. You've reached Heidi, and I'm going to do a really short tutorial on how to take a rubric that is currently in a Google Doc or in a sheet and reformat it into a new sheet so that your categories or things that you are looking to assess are changing by column and your levels will be changing by row. Generally, people tend to create rubrics so that they are the other way. And so we need to format it, however, so that the levels are changing by row and your criteria is changing by column so that later you can use it in a form with a script called formRanger, which will be able to choose a specific column to populate as options for your questions. So this is just going to show us how to get it into the rubric, into that sheet format. So starting from the very beginning, if you've got a rubric that's currently in a document, and this could also be a Microsoft Word doc, it doesn't have to be in Google Docs, but essentially you're going to select the entire table and copy it. And then you are going to go to your drive and you are going to create a new sheet. And when you get to that sheet, you'll simply click into the first cell and paste. And the straight paste will give you all of it as it was. Obviously, it's not formatted exactly the way I would like, so I'm just going to unbold it all. Now, if I select the table again and copy it, come down below, and this time I'm going to right-click, and I want to get Paste Special, and I want to do Paste Transpose. And what Paste Transpose will do is it'll change my columns to rows and my rows to columns. Then I can come up and I can delete rows 1 to 9, and then I can select my whole sheet. I can format it so that I have text wrapping, so that it looks pretty, and there I've got my levels and my categories. For formRanger, one thing that I will probably now do though is that I won't have column A show up in my selection when I go to use this because I will only be telling it to come in and select column B. So for that purpose, if it's not clear that this is level 1 and this is level 2, I may in addition come in and then type in L1 ideas and do that throughout for the entire one. The other thing you can do is you can continue to add rubrics to the same sheet file. So by simply adding another sheet, I can go to also other sheets, and you'll notice again this one is not in the format that I'm going to require it in. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to bring it over to my other sheet. And I want to show you too, you cannot paste transpose right away from a Word doc, but you can, and you can't do it either from a spreadsheet. So you first need to come in, copy it, paste it regular, and then copy it again. And actually, I'm going to do a little trick here. I think I could do it right over top and paste transpose. Awesome. Then I don't have to delete the rows. So now that it's all here, again, I simply format all of my columns to the way that I want it. And then in this case, I would need to, again, bring through the levels throughout. And I'm not going to do that right now, but that should be fairly straightforward. So then essentially what you'll have is your rubric with your criteria changing by columns and your levels changing by rows, and it'll be set up to be used for formRanger.